Assalamualaikum and hi, wishing you have a very good day. My name is Nur Ashiki binti Ibrahim. I am from Bachelor Business Administration International Business for intake January 2021 and currently in semester 4. I was given a task to present the 3 articles that I choose, which is related to business ethics. Before that, you must be wondering, what is exactly business ethics are? Business ethics is a term that refers to how people act towards surroundings, especially in business condition and workplace. In business world, we notice that business ethics is an essential business function for any company in this world, as well as budding business professionals. Business ethics also could be expressed as standard for the moral rights and wrong action in business. Generally, law also called as the conduct, however, in terms of legal and ethical are not always the same, even though people might be confused between those two terms. For example, those who break the law will get punished, but those who go against the rules will be socially isolated. If we do not follow the rules, will be called as a crime. While for ethics, if you do not follow that, it called as the immoral. What makes business ethics more interesting? Because ethical issue in business could be a little ambitious challenge to cross any business owner. Although there were law and statutes between it to control worker and employee accountable, with this in mind alone not fully deter employee from behaving unethical behavior at the workplace especially. For example, harassment, discrimination in the workplace, health, safety, whistleblowing activities, or social media rants, leaking of information for the outsider, or we call as accounting practice, and a lot more. Therefore, the main part of my report will highlight more regarding harassment and discrimination in the workplace, which is absolutely related to the business ethics. The first article that I choose in the topic of discrimination, which is directly related to business ethics, is #Race Together Starbucks attempt to discuss race in America and its impact on company reputation, an employee, which were published on the year of 2018 in August. This article was found in the RacesGate website, which is help a lot of students in getting a lot of sources and articles. For your information, this article was written by 4 authors, which is Alan Abbott-Ball from University of Dayton, Trent Seltzer from the Texas Tech University, Nicholas M. Lee from Arizona State University, and the last author of this article is Sun Young Lee from the University of Maryland. I choose discrimination as a big topic that related to business ethics, and based on the title of my first article, I could conclude that it much related to the racism issue. We have heard a lot about cases of racism that happen in the United States, and the social reacts to it. After the thoroughly reading on this article is about a big company, Starbucks, that makes Starbucks 2015 Race Together campaign in order to fulfill company and their employees' involvement in the CSR context. Generally, corporate social responsibility (CSR) approach have become not only commonplace, also been a culture toward company to continue in doing CSR. The issue arises when Starbucks campaign gets a negative impact from the people, as well as shocking incident, because this whole time Starbucks never disappointed people in doing CSR activity. Also, this campaign was known as the misstep. Based on the title, Race Together was multifaceted public relation campaign that has been launched as a trial to initiate or encourage talking about race among their employee. On top of that, this campaign getting a massive attention and widespread, especially in social media. The attention that they get lead to a criticism to the campaign. According to the Australian Human Rights Commission Act 1986, the discrimination, also defined as any distinction, exclusion, or preferences which will give effect of abolish or unfair comparison of opportunity or treatment in any organization, starting from employer, employee in any occupation in this world. Another issue of discrimination that I choose is about bullying, or we can call as unfair treatment towards the employee. The second article is about the impact of workplace bullying practices and job satisfaction among employees of Tesco stores in Johor Bahru. This article was published on March of 2021 that was written by Dinesh Ravi from Faculty of Business, Raffles University, Malaysia. Based on the title of this article, automatically we will give a spotlight towards the bullying practice in the workplace. Above all the long explanation given in the article, I would be determined to focus on the relationship between bullying in the workplace and the job satisfaction of the employee. According to Ravi, 2021 mentioned that in Malaysia, any shape of violence and bullying has been determined by the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, DOSH. In their handbook said that violence is a situation where the employee are about to abuse, threat, attacks or victim toward bad attitudes surrounding them. This article also highlight about the impact towards bullying. Either it can cause psychological target and also impact towards the work itself. This is because when someone had experienced bullying, they will tend to cut relationship environment in their workplace due to the feeling anxious and fear that of the bullying might be happen again, and this will lead to the victim in a condition of fear in making any mistake again and again. Therefore, in the TESCO in Johor Bahru, as we mentioned, job satisfaction among the worker in the retail sector became the study for the research of this issue. The last article that I chose as in my report is about gender discrimination in employment practice, a case study of the Malaysian civil service that was written by Shaza Shukri, Rabiah Aminuddin, Nur Haslinda Jamayuddin, and Nur Azura Muhammadiyah, which these four authors are from International Islamic University, Malaysia. This article was published on the ResearchGate on December of 2021. We have been used hearing unequal treatment of the gender and has been discussed a lot at all levels of society nowadays, either in education to the government institution. Gender discrimination has been a huge topic up until today due to the intention from the worker, especially in the workplace. This is because this article explained that it is the important area of study that people need to be give attention in order to create a healthy environment of the workplace to achieve a balanced household nation. This article will show to us about how the study was conducted by discovering the truths from gender discrimination do exist in employment practice in the Malaysian public sector. According to this article, Malaysia known for our best in terms of women's ratio among Asian countries in the top 100 public listed companies in corporate world. Unfortunately, when it comes to the one who will make decision, women workers still do not get any place for that, which is become the issue right here. Based on the variable that has been discussed in this article, it discusses more on the workplace gender discrimination, how the workplace gender discrimination happen in Malaysia, structure of the public service in Malaysia, and the last one is gender bias in civil service. The three articles that I choose making me come to the end of the discussion. After the thoroughly reading and understand all the issue mentioned, as a student that learned business study, in my opinion, ethical issue in business or working place should have become part of our life. If we're looking back to the article number 1, regarding the issue racism, Starbucks company is well known for their global brand and being successfully in their journey. Despite being a successful brand in the world, they should have more concern toward this issue in order to sustain in the business. People might be boycotting their product or stop from purchasing from their store, and this will slightly give a big impact for them. Apart from it, the effect not only affecting the business but also can harm the employee, health and organizational productivity. Furthermore, according to this article number 2 that relate to the bullying in the Tesco retail store, tell us about the consequences between the individual to achieve job satisfaction. Here we can see that the bad side of the bullying in the workplace that also could lead towards psychological effect and could be more harmful towards the employee itself. Each employee has the right to work in the environment that free from discrimination and bullying, harassment, also violence from anybody within the organization. Meanwhile, for the last article regarding the gender discrimination issue teach me how important about the equality in the workplace. Gender discrimination may cause loss of productivity. For example, for the case that when a male employee give a bad treatment toward female employee, such as sexual harassment, their focus toward the task given will be absolutely diminished. Hence, the organization that would not taking this issue as a serious matter will produce a damaged moral of employee in the future. In conclusion, there are a lot of kind discrimination in this world that we need to give more attention for that matter. As in any organization or working place, to avoid any ethical issue, need to start from the leader itself. There are a lot of ways for leader to provide a clear written policy and process to make sure employee understand and acknowledge it. Therefore, could be more understand and the ethical business practice apply. Hence, it is important for managing business ethically because it can relate to socially responsible since business nowadays is part of the society. Also to understand the need of principle that already stated in the study, which is utilitarian theory, Kant's ethics, Aristotle virtue, Gilligan's ethic of care theory, theory of rights, and theory of justice. I think that's all from my presentation. Thank you.